15 seconds.
All right, here we go. Welcome to Canada Conversations, part of Delaware Debates 2014, produced by Delaware Public Media in collaboration with the University of Delaware's Center for Political Communication. I'm Delaware Public Media's Tom Byrne. This conversation, taped here on the campus of Delaware State University, focuses on the race for U.S. Senate. And we are joined by Republican candidate Carl Smink. Thanks so much for joining us, Carl.
Good to be here, Tom.
Well, we start with the most basic of questions. Why are you running for U.S. Senate?
Well, first reason is that I was called by the Holy Spirit, and asked to do this. I can do nothing else. Those are my marching orders. Where I go with the Bible in one hand and the Constitution in the other.
And what do you feel voters should know about your qualifications for the job? Maybe things that they don't know about already.
Yes. 21 years in the military, in the Air Force, that is. Mm-hmm. And I spent that time at all levels, both from the squadron through the intermediate headquarters and up to the Pentagon. And I got a lot of experience in the Pentagon with running projects for the Vietnam War, building budgets, senior level experience. Mm-hmm. In the military, I got to all the levels of education, from squadron officer school right up through the Industrial College of the Armed Forces. That is the war college for managers. I've also got a degree in international relations out of Southern Cal, a master's degree, and spent a lot of time studying over and above that. In addition, I've worked in Washington for about 35 years with various agencies, NASA, State Department. So I know where the skeletons are, and not how to avoid them, but to dig them up and show them for what they are.
Well, let me ask you a little bit about some issues. The unemployment rate in Delaware continues to hover right above 6%. What can you do, if elected, to help get more Delawareans back to work?
It'll be more than that. It'll be for the entire United States.
Sure.
One of the things, I haven't been asked this question before, but I've thought about it some. One of the things we need to do is shut down some of the imports we get from other countries. Why are we importing underwear and Levi's, shoes, things like that, when we could make them here? We used to even have prison industries that made some of those things. And now the guys in the prisons are watching television and our stuff is being made overseas. I don't understand that. We need to keep the dollars here as much as we can. Other than that, we need to watch the budgets. There's too many things that overlap in our, especially in our federal budget, and too many agencies that are duplicated. That needs to be, those things need to be redlined and chopped down.
That leads me to my next question, which is about the budget and the national debt. What are some things that you feel can be done beyond what you were just talking about to kind of bring that fiscal house into order?
Absolutely. Every year, when they build a budget, they have two bills. They have an appropriation bill and they have an authorization bill. Any project that doesn't make either of those bills is dead, doesn't get funded. So again, it's a lot of judicious infighting between the houses, House and the Senate, and between the people in each of those houses. But in the end analysis, the things that are required will be funded, the things that are fat will be cut out.
A lot of the issues we see today in Washington involve partisan politics and the partisan divide, as people call it. What do you feel you could do as a U.S. Senator to help bridge that partisan divide?
I'll stick to conservative principles. And I mean just that. Mm-hmm. I would not vote for something that was ill-advised, even though I was running on the Republican ticket. And,
well, how about some more specific issues? What should Congress do about the growing immigration crisis, which we've seen it kind of exacerbated recently with the recent influx of unaccompanied children coming in from Central America?
Absolutely. The immigration crisis is something that's contrived. It's been built up against us. First of all, our system State Department system for taking immigrants in is not broken. It never has been. We take in about 1 million new citizens every year. That doesn't sound like a system that's broken to me. The crisis from the obvious recruitment of the children to bring them to the border, that needs to be stopped. That's a lawless thing. They're being funded, obviously, from within our government, and it was never funded, it was never a line item. They need to be prosecuted for misappropriation of government funds.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about foreign policy. In recent months, we've seen fighting in Israel and Gaza, Syria, Iraq, Ukraine. Obviously, all these conflicts have their kind of own individual issues associated with them, but do you have a sense of maybe a general rule of thumb or criteria for how the U.S. should involve itself in these type of conflicts overseas?
Yeah, we can provide arms. We should not provide boots on the ground unless we have a very vital interest in there. I've seen this for many, many years. Too many of our people come back either in a box down here to Dover, or they come back with missing arms and legs.
And finally, education is another issue that's gotten a lot of attention recently, specifically Common Core standards being enacted in Delaware and in some other states. Do you have a stance on Common Core and education?
Let's get them out of our schools. Schools are best managed by local government, the people in this town, or this locality, county, whatever. But don't let it get to federal, not even to state level, because then you have too much interference. All right. The people that run our schools know what they need, the school boards, and they know what they need to pay for them.
All right. Carl Smink, Republican candidate for U.S. Senate, we thank you very much for your time. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Tom.
You can find all of our candidate conversations online at DelawarePublicMedia.org and DelawareDebates.org. Candidate conversations are taped here at Delaware State University and are part of Delaware Debates 2014, produced by Delaware Public Media in collaboration with the University of Delaware's Center for Political Communication. I'm Delaware Public Media News Director Tom Byrne. Thanks so much for watching.